It is 4/9/2021 at 2:02 p.m. I'm about to call Benjamin with my Amazon workers' comp. His phone number is 817-753-3744.
The voicemail for Benjamin Vantage, workers' comp manager for Amazon. Sorry I missed your call. Please leave your name, number, and a short message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Hey Benjamin, this is Scott Brown. How you doing today? I'm just following up here on your email. Yeah, just give me a call when you can. I'm mostly available the rest of the night, and then tomorrow like it's tomorrow Saturday. So anytime Saturday if you want to work on the weekend. I'm not sure if you work on the weekend or not. Anyway, phone number 469-223-3361. Once again, Scott Brown. The foot injury or right leg injury. 469-223-3361. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye. It's 2:04 p.m. It is 4/9/2021 again. 2:05 p.m. calling LC, my attorney. 214-220-3217.
Thank you for calling the Baylor and Associates law firm. You have reached the office of Elsie Duran. I am unavailable to take your call at this time. Please leave your name, telephone number, and a brief message after the tone. If your call is urgent, please press 0 and the pound sign now. Gracias por hablar a la oficina de Baylor y Asociados. Se ha comunicado a la oficina de Elsie Duran. No estoy en la oficina al momento. Por favor, deje su nombre, número de teléfono y un breve mensaje después del tono. Si su llamada es urgente, por favor marque el 0 y el símbolo del número. Gracias.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi Elsie, this is Scott Brown. It's about 2:06 p.m. on Friday the 9th. Just wanted to follow up with you. I sent you the voice recordings of my ultrasound technician, which just says that it's pretty much life-changing, or the clot's pretty much not going to go away. It's going to be there forever with 100% blockage. And then, but just listen to that. I mean, that's pretty much where it stands now. I also sent you the recording for my center doctor, which he didn't read any of my PT work or anything. They just want to hurry and get me back to work. But anyway, just need your input on that. That's pretty much it. I do have a spreadsheet that has all the pay that they paid. They left a week out or so. Trying to get a hold of Amazon for that, but I will send that to you if I need to. Also got a letter from your office saying you need my insurance for my auto insurance. I'm pretty sure I can disregard that since my case doesn't have anything to do with an auto accident. So if you would just give me a call back or send me an email to follow up. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye. It is 2:08 p.m. Are you there? Hello?
Alright. So, sorry it's taken so long to get back to you. It's just been a lot going on, unfortunately.
Right.
I sent you an email one day and I was like, I got a few minutes, I can probably do this now if he's available, and then and then nothing. So
It's
I'm
all
glad
good.
you reached back out.
Yeah.
Apologies.
It's all right.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Good. Good. Baby steps get there little by little.
Yeah, I mean, the swelling's gone down a little bit, or a lot, really. I can put a shoe on. When I wear my compression stockings, it's pretty slim on the swelling, but when I take them off for the day to clean them, and it swells up pretty bad. But I don't know. I mean, I went to my ultrasound the other day, and the news is not really great, I guess. I mean, it's something that I guess I'm stuck with the blood clot in my leg. It won't go away. It's just there.
So they just haven't dissolved with the treatment?
No, the doctor, the specialist says it won't dissolve. It's there for life. And then, but yet, whenever it was 100% blockage, because I have a clot from my ankle to my thigh, and she said it was 100% first time, and now there's a little bit of movement. So I mean, like, it's conflicting, I'm like, if you're saying it's scar tissue now, it's going to be blocked forever, but yet why is there movement?
Yeah, that sounds pretty. I don't know. I've never known of a clot of any type, whether it's DVT or pulmonary embolism, that doesn't
Dissolve.
dissipate,
Right.
with treatment.
I don't know. I just like.
It's pretty confusing.
It is confusing. It's like no one knows the right answers, and they keep on. I feel like I'm the one that have to search online, and I can't believe everything you read online either.
That can be a rabbit hole. That can be an extremely deep rabbit hole.
Yeah, I see some scary stuff online. Like, nah, I don't want to put my mindset in that direction for sure. But
yeah, it's really kind of odd because everybody's different and everybody recovers different. But I had one other DVT case after you who's like recovered and back to work. So it's really just, I don't know, that sounds...
See, you would have more experience because you see so many cases and so many different types and stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I actually even had my brother out in California. He went down, he got COVID, and then ended up having some DVTs and then some clots in his lungs. He's still off of work, but that's from January this way. But the clots have almost all resolved. So I don't know. It sounds like, I don't know, the information you're getting doesn't sound like it's 100%.
Right.
But that's just me looking from the outside looking in. I spent 20 years in medicine, and then just dealing with these cases, I feel like the information that you've been given, I don't know.
I don't know, because if it's workman's comp, when you say workman's comp, they kind of act differently. It's totally different. So I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. It's not workers' comp.
I know it's not. Me and you know it's not. But according to everybody else, it's all under workman's comp, and I'm just like, I asked the doctor questions, and it's hard to understand the doctor. I can't even pronounce his name, but it's really hard to understand what he says. I have to, because his accent is so heavy. But so when I ask him questions, he's like, "Oh, that's it'll always be scar tissue." So
Scar tissue's a lot different from clots. I don't know, but
what he says,
I wish I could know.
he says it's chronic. So chronic means it's been more than a month or two old, and that way that it's scar tissue now. It's pretty much, the clot will not move up and down because it's already bonded to the vein itself. So if that is right, then why, because on the 22nd of last month, I felt the little pains that I did while I was in the ER, the little shortness, throughout my body, and it felt like, that's the only time I can experience or describe that pain is whenever the clots were moving through my body. And he said that's not possible, but yet now there's a little there's some flow in that vein that was 100% blocked. So I'm like, if it was 100% at one time and now there's movement, something dissolved a little bit, right?
Yeah. And here's the other thing: if you have 100% occlusion, that means that there's no further blood flow. You would have had some tissue death, which would have created a whole new set of circumstances.
There's some spots on my leg that are, I would say, weird looking on the skin, but no one. I ask questions on that, but no one wants to address that. So I asked.
Well, I'll tell you.
Because sent her doctor, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know anything about that." So I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, if there's tissue death, think about the fruit bowl.
Okay.
Think about when you get like a bunch of peaches or nectarines in a fruit bowl, and one of them starts to go bad. What happens?
Yeah. It's
Anything
not.
it touches.
Yeah, but it's not like that though. I mean, it's.
And that's where I start to think about, well, if there was 100% occlusion and it's blocked,
Right.
no blood flow, that tissue beyond that blockage is going to die and do that. So, I don't know. I don't mean to.
No. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I'm like, maybe can we should have the CT scans, right? I mean, the scans have been done from the hospital, from the ER visit to. We have 3 of them done. I mean, can we not get a specialist to read that or somebody else to say, hey, look, we need answers. We really need to know what's going on here. But I don't know.
Yeah, I would imagine that the specialist has them, but I would also ask, hey, because you've done repeat scans, right?
Right.
I would say, hey, have you looked at every scan, starting with the one in the ER to now? And if they haven't, that's where, who is your nurse, Ann?
Yeah, Ann.
I would say, hey, let's make sure the doctor has those.
Right.
So that way they can review and tell us what the DT double hockey sticks is going on.
Right. I mean, I would love to know that.
Yeah.
And then.
Some questions. So I took a look at what I can. And so there's a few things. Your first thing was, well, I'm going to start kind of a little bit of a mess. So mandatory overtime. What was your question there?
Well,
your question.
I'm missing out on a lot of the mandatory overtime, which is not really a big deal right now. When I went through all my paychecks and everything, there's a week that I wasn't paid. I mean, I was paid $48.48. I get paid weekly $408. So I'm wondering if they fat fingered it and forgot the zero. But it wouldn't make sense why one week I got $48 and all the other weeks I got $408.
So, about that. So, mandatory overtime, your question was basically, is there any way that your weekly rate would go up?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you were
Yeah. But that's not really important, really. So.
Well, I'll answer it anyhow. The answer is no. So the way they do the calculation on disability benefits from Anchor is they take the average weekly wage for the 8 weeks prior to your date of injury, and that figure's never going to change. So we take those 8 weeks, and I say we, actually the adjuster. The adjuster takes those 8 weeks, averages out the weekly average weekly wage, and then from there they do their 85%.
What about for holiday pay? I mean, would I be compensated for a holiday that I would have worked?
So,
or no?
No. If there was a holiday that happened to fall in that prior 8 weeks, and you got overtime, based on that holiday, then those numbers would actually have sort of artificially inflated your prior 8 weeks, giving you a little bit extra, which you normally would have.
If I, since I'm on workman's comp, and then as a holiday came up, like Martin Luther King, I guess Amazon decided that was a holiday now, I wouldn't be paid for that.
No, because you're on leave.
Okay.
Once you came off of leave, then, and that kind of goes right into one of your other questions, part of your other question.
The 401k.
About, the 401k, the PTO and vacation. All of that is essentially paused until you go back to work. And I'm actually going to send you it's called a benefit guide during LOA or something like that. Basically kind of breaks down a bunch of the different things that happen on LOA, and there's some phone numbers in there if you have further questions.
Okay.
So I'll send that to you in response to that email. The other part, too, of that question on bullet 2 was demotion. I don't see any evidence that you've been demoted. I see that you converted last year. Well, was it last year? In August?
Yeah, in August. So whenever, I guess I'm on leave of absence, I can't make, so my wife works, we work the same schedule, right? And then she got asked to switch shifts because of, she's doing a great job. And then I tried to match her schedule, so whenever I go back on, our schedule would be the same, because she can't drive, so I have to take her back and forth to work anyway. And then when I try to do that, it says I'm not eligible because I'm a white badge. So to me, it seemed like I was demoted back to white badge.
It may be because your status is currently frozen, but I see that in August 30th of 2020,
I was blue badge.
Converted to a blue badge. And I have never, ever heard of them demoting somebody, especially while on a leave of absence.
Okay.
From what I can see, you're still a blue badge. What I do see is that your manager has changed, your department has changed. I don't know if your schedule has changed, but on that note, given the information that you gave me, let's see here.
Because at the time when she got switched, there was a lot of openings for that shift, and I would try to match hers, and they said, nope, you can't do it. So I'm like, oh.
Makes sense. So currently it shows that your schedule is now Friday through Monday.
Yeah.
1900 start time.
Right.
So what I would suggest doing, and I don't know, obviously you don't know either when you're actually coming back, but when you actually get back to work,
just ask
what you want to do. What's that?
Just ask for it. Just ask for the
yeah,
to see if
and
it's
what
available.
what I would suggest doing is either both of you or one of you request a hardship transfer.
Okay.
And just say, hey, she depends on me to drive to work.
Okay.
It just makes sense that we work the same shift, so that way we can, same shift, same days, that sort of thing. That way you guys don't have an issue with you just having to drive 7 days.
It's tough already as it is, because now, I got to drive her back and forth to work, now.
Right.
So.
And then, let's see, bullet 3, short-term disability. Totally outside of my scope. That is something that's administered through the Disability Leave Services and Leave of Absence team. So whenever you go out on a leave, anybody in general, so whenever somebody applies for a leave, rather than just run their eligibility for the type of leave they're requesting, I don't know if it's a system barrier or what, but they run them for every type of leave that's available. And with that, they actually will check their status to see if they're eligible for short-term disability. Short-term disability has a minimum income threshold.
Okay.
That if you're off on a leave of absence and you're not meeting that threshold, they kick in a stipend. So that's why you're seeing those small $20, $25-ish checks. That's short-term disability. That's in addition to what you're getting from Anchor. That's not something that we have visibility to, but that's how that all. works out.
When you were sending me the documentation for the LOA, could you also do you have like a number for short-term disability so I can call them and just kind of reach out to them? 'Cause I really don't know who to call because Amazon handles all that our insurance. Or should I just log into A&Z app and then the information there?
So your leave of absence caseworker is actually who handles the short-term disability.
Okay.
And then it actually, I'm trying to see here, it actually may be on this guide that I'm sending you. In fact, let me send it now before I forget. Let's track this bad boy in here.
And then, my blood thinners, so that's still a nightmare pretty much. So my PCP's been ordering blood thinners for me, not the Amazon Centra side. They put in like two scripts, one for last month and one for coming month. Walgreens sent me a text saying they need a refill. I keep pressing yes, but they're being delayed, so I only have 7 days left again. So I don't know if I need to, I don't know. Today will make the 30 days, so maybe I was trying to refill it sooner, and they kick back no. So I'll follow up with them again here in an hour or two, and then see if that happened. If not, then I need to reach out to Linda again, I guess.
Yeah, and that could be, so typically a lot of times, especially since it's a high dollar prescription,
right?
They don't allow you to
get early, so you have to do the 30.
Get it early.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so you have that benefit guide coming your way now. Let's see here. So I wanted to go over what I see here in Anchor system because it looks like, I don't know, I feel like there's a date discrepancy.
Yeah.
But it looks like all the proper payments were made out. So you're looking at the week of 1/10/21 to 1/16.
Right.
So she made the approval on. Go back to January. So she made the approval for payment on January 15th, and then I don't know if you remember way back when we first talked about that. Amazon payroll doesn't process that payment approval until the following week, so that means that you would have been paid between the 22nd and the 25th. That amount, where are we? 110 would have been 580.73 minus whatever taxes and benefits would have come out.
Yeah.
Okay. So the one prior to that, the payment prior to that was the big one where there was.
Yeah, it was $3,
like $1,000 one.
Yeah.
That was for.
But it's still
December 28th through January 9th.
Yeah, but the 10th is missing though. So I mean, I have an Excel sheet that I broke it all down, and I have copies of all my pay stubs leading up to that. There's that 1 week that's just they paid me $48.48.
That wouldn't have come from Anchor. That must have been short-term disability.
No, it says M-Care on it. I don't have it in front of me, but I'll double check. Because I got paid 3 paychecks for the 10th, right? One was disability, and one was a weird amount. It took me a while to figure it all out, but once I started putting on paper and actually writing down and trying to figure out what it is, it all makes sense. So I can afford it all to you. I mean, as far as I'll break it down for you, so that way you don't have to spend a lot of time trying to fumble through it. But it just in that 1 week.
And then I'm going to reply all again with what I'm showing in her system as there we go. on the 7th, the 13th, and the 20th, and then I broke down the pay range as to when you should have received that, and then the amount.
Right.
So the only other thing, I'm trying to think, so that would have been 110, 19. Wondering if there was any new health benefits or anything that kicked in. Are you able to open your ADP app?
I can.
Because I'd be curious to see, or to have you take a look.
Let me log in real quick. Let's see.
Okay.
A to Z. So the page you're looking for doesn't exist. I logged in. Oh, that's not good. Make sure I got the right A to Z. Amazon A to Z login.
Oh no, not A to Z, ADP.
Yeah, that's how I go through that. I use A to Z, and then I go to pay.
Got it. That makes sense.
And I'm gonna send me a text. Let's see. Check my text real quick. And that's gonna be 615 3. And I go to pay, and then go your pay details. I wonder if they're having issues because they were saying I got paying taxes, pay statements.
Say again?
I'm just talking to myself. So I went to pay statements, and then aren't you looking at for which one?
Yeah, so what I want to look is right around that week of January. Well, the first couple weeks is really, I guess, what we want to focus on. And, God, I wish I could see your screen here. That would make things so much easier. So, do you have a payment showing for anywhere from 115 to 118?
115 to 118. See, I got, let's see. I got a pay date 115th. Is that what you're talking about?
Pay date 115. What's the amount there?
$0. Let me pull.
Is there another payment?
Yeah, let me pull up my. Let's see. So the one for 112. Let's see. You're looking for 19 to 13. See,
Well,
I
actually,
have one for pay date of 1/8 is 231, but that was for the December 27th that I worked.
Yep.
And then
actually, so we need to look for payment somewhere between 122 and 125-ish.
Yeah, because the one for $1,000 that was issued on the 12th was from the 28th of December to the 9th of January. And then, so
I'm curious how you got one on the 12th, though. That doesn't make
yeah,
sense.
12/28.
Unless the numbers are wrong, because that's the only big one in that time frame. That should have been paid out like on the 15th.
Yeah, so
Okay, so the next payment should be...
so on 122 I got, something for short-term disability. No, on the 115 I got AmCare, right? $0, which is a pay stub for $0, which I don't make sense to me. But and then on 122, look at 122. I got 3 pay stubs on 122. Okay.
Well,
So I got one ending from 110 to 116, and that is for $25 for short-term disability. And then I have another one on the 22nd from 110 to 116, and that's going to be the $48.48, and that is inputted income. I don't know. I hadn't seen any of that, so I don't know what inputted income is.
and then what's the third payment?
And then the third one on the 22nd is going to be from 117 to 122. See, the 10 through the 16 is gone. It's missing, and that's whenever Amazon TextCare comes in with my weekly payment of $408.
So that third one on 122, so remember payments are 1 week in arrears, so the 122 payment would be for the 110 to 116.
Oh yeah, it says 110 to 116, and then pay date to it, but it's only like $48.
Right, but you said you had 3 payments on 122.
Yep, I do.
So what was the
The
amount
one
of
from
third
110 to 116, which is payday 122, I got an inputted income of $27.05, and then a short-term disability of $21.43, which equals to $48.48.
And then what was the third one?
The third one is going to be from pay date from the 17th to the 22nd, which is paid on the 22nd, and that was
Was paid,
$5.
paid when?
This is from period beginning on the 17th to the ending on 22. So it's not in arrears. It's actually that week then they pay me, and moving forward is how the benefit is.
So it's always in arrears. They never. There's a 7 to 10 day lag time from the time that Anchor makes the approval to.
It's probably in that time, right?
Amazon payroll doesn't receive it and process it until the following Friday. So the payments.
Because moving forward, on all the other pay stubs moving forward, I think they all it's all that week. So like in January 124 to 129, then I got 580 again. On the 17th to the 22, 580. So I don't know. It's a little confusing because they send me a pay stub of 0 zeros and $25. That's the short term. So I get like 4 a month, which is crazy. It's kind of confusing, I guess.
Interesting. I mean, everything looks right
because the 1016's been accounted for. It's all correct up to that date, and then up till I would say 1/8 or 1/9 is, that's all been accounted for, and that is correct. And then from 110 to 17, I don't, that's 2 weeks. I only got paid for 1 week. Unless something happened on the paycheck from 110 to 116, and they only pay me $48. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that does kind of cross over into a new year. I don't know.
And there was a holiday, Martin Luther King. I didn't know, maybe they were waiting on to see if, how that would play into it, because the Martin Luther King's on the 18th, I think, 17th. I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't know what to do, and they just postponed it. I don't know. That's just me guessing.
All right. Let me see here. Look at my notes here. I got
Other than that, I mean, that and the PT, they approved another week of PT, which is good. Because, when I was in the 6 days of PT, I saw so much improvement. I started, I was able to move my ankle, all that good stuff there. They wanted to stop that and just send me to work. And I was like, I'm all about going to work. Don't get me wrong on that. But I'm like, let's, instead of, send me right to work, let's do another week of PT. Because I still need the balance. I don't have balance in that leg. I don't, there's still a lot that I don't have that I need to regain. So I guess our Linda approved that, which is great.
I'm submitting a trouble ticket now. Verification. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get that ticket sent off. It'll probably be a couple days before we get the response, especially coming into the weekend here. I'll check and see if payroll can shed any light on what's going on. But yeah, I'm kind of at a loss because everything looks like it lines up, because you got payments before and you got payments after, and nothing in the system changed. It's all the same.
Right. I mean, it's been consistent since from that date, from the 17th on, has been consistent. So it just, maybe that's when they first started it. I'm not sure.
Everything looks like it's aligned there. Okay, I'll get this off. I got you the benefit guide. If give the medication another shot now that you're within the 30 days.
Right.
And then you said PT was approved?
Yes, it was approved. So I scheduled with them today, starting next week again, and then kicking that back in full swing. I guess I'm still waiting on the follow up with the specialist, because when I went there, they just did the CAT scan. I was like, am I going to see the doctor? He goes, no, you don't see the doctor today. I'm like, huh. There's lack of communication, I guess. I don't know. I mean, am I supposed to follow up with all this and to try to reschedule? I mean, or is that Ms. Jones? I feel like if I don't do it, then it doesn't get done. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because Ann doesn't call me as much as she does anymore. I think she got reassigned to different patients. Her caseload's pretty high. I know our Linda's caseload's pretty high.
Everybody's, unfortunately, is pretty insane.
Yeah,
they just keep growing.
But yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be ease of mind to knowingly what's really going on in my leg, because I get conflicting answers, and so maybe if you can maybe get with Ann or have someone have a group chat or something like that and see if we can actually see the progress of my leg. So I'm not, you know, when I tried to get my PT results so I can give to the center doctor to let him know, hey, PT really helped. Let's continue PT. They denied me. They said they can't release my medical records to me.
Center Center?
The physical therapy, the Baylor Scott White. I went online. Yeah, I went on and filled out a form, and they said it has to go through Anchor Risk Management first. I'm like, okay, I'll let them handle that. But you know, I wanted the center doctor to see the progress. You know, where I was at, because you know, Arlinda sent me back to the same doctor. He called me up and personally said, you know, I'm not qualified to handle somebody in your situation. But yet now he's my PCP again. And all he wants to do is send me back to work. He didn't even read my PT evaluation or anything. He didn't know. They still treat me as I sprained ankle. He goes, oh, you can move your ankle, you're fine, you go back to work. I said, you know, I have blood clots. You know, it's not just an ankle anymore. It's, you know, my clots. But
yeah,
I think there's a disconnect somewhere between there, lack of communication. But I don't know.
all right. Let me see what we can do. I hear you. Let me see what we can do here. Anything else we can help with?
No, you're good. I'm sorry to kind of puke all this onto you, though. I don't know who else to call on, though. My relationships with Arlinda, it's not really that great. She doesn't like me too much.
Okay.
So I try not to call her. I try to go either through Ann or through someone else to talk to her.
Yeah, Ann's typically pretty good. I'm not sure what's going on with it.
Ann is really great. She's been a blessing.
Okay. All right. So, is your specialist within Concentra or no?
Yeah, so Concentra referred him.
Okay.
So, but he won't fill out any paperwork for Amazon. He won't prescribe my blood thinners. So he was like, yeah. So there's a whole mix-up between now I need to find a PCP to handle the blood thinners and to fill out the Amazon paperwork.
That does not sound right at all.
Yeah. So there's a big, I don't know. Big confusion there.
Who is the doctor that you're seeing? The specialist?
Doctors, I mean, let me get this business card out real quick.
And that's the one thing I'm a little confused on too. So it's not Warren Hatley, is it?
Warren Hatley is the Concentra doctor, yes. He's the one that called me up and said he's not qualified to handle me in my situation. And he referred me, Concentra referred me to Dr. Siddiqui, I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know why, if you're seeing a specialist, why you're seeing somebody at Concentra too. You should only be seeing.
Right. I mean, the specialist is the one that took me off work. And then the guy and the Dr. Hatley wants me to go back to work, but he doesn't have any of my medical records. He didn't read or see any. He's requesting it. And I asked him, I said, shouldn't it be common sense just to get that information first, then, based on their recommendations? Which, you know, Ben, like I said, I'm not trying to get out of work. You know, don't get me wrong on that. I definitely want to go back to work. I'm so bored here at the house. It's crazy. Alright, so my specialist is total vascular wellness. And the doctor is going to be, I can't pronounce it, so I'm going to spell it. First name is ASHFAQ. His last name is SIDDIQUI.
What's the header on that document or whatever it is?
So
What's that?
I got M.D.FACS. That's his initials or his qualifications. And then
Is there a company?
Yeah.
Or a clinic?
so it's going to
Doctor's
be
office?
it's going to be total vascular wellness. Address is going to be 309 Regency Parkway, Regency Parkway, Suite 207, Mansfield, Texas 76063. Office number is 817-225-2716. And the website is totallyvain.com. And the email is totallyvain@gmail.com.
Okay. And this is the doctor that's not wanting to write you the script for.
Right. He said that's my PCB, primary care provider, supposed to do that. I'm like, huh? Because I called him up personally. And I said, look, I need my blood thinners running out. I need new blood thinners, and we need to, because he scheduled me for a revisit 60 days out. And I said, well, Amazon requires 30 days. Oh, we can't see you before your required CAT scan. I'm like, I said, somebody needs to fill out the paperwork for Amazon. She goes, that's not us. I was like, okay. So, I don't know.
But typically, and this may be a unique situation because it's vasculars, and we don't typically have vascular specialists that we refer out to. So typically what happens is if you're sent out to, like, say, an orthopedic specialist, they take over care from there on out. They write the scripts, they write restrictions, and then they release you to full duty when they're done.
See,
You never go back to Concentra.
All right. That makes sense, though, because, I talked to the receptionist, and she said, oh, yeah, we were working with another workman's comp case, and we had to issue them blood thinners. I'm like, wait a minute. You can issue them blood thinners, but why, I'm thinking in my head, like, why can't you do that to me? So, I don't know. Maybe there's confusion, or I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. that the specialist would take over. Because, you know, he is a specialist, right?
So I'm wondering, and that's why I say it may be a unique situation where they're having Concentra continue to manage the day-to-day care, right? The restrictions, continue PT, because they can refer you back to PT.
Right.
Typically,
and
they will refer back to PT.
Right.
So that may be why they're having you at Concentra again, but still doesn't really add up. So I'm sending a list of questions over to Erlinda.
All right. And I asked her if I could use the Concentra right around the corner of the house, and she said no. She goes, I have to go back to the same one, because if I go to the different Concentra, then they would have to start the process over again. Which doesn't really make sense to me, but I don't know. I mean, that's
interesting.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, you know, this same company, they should be able to transfer files over. That, to be honest with you, that one over there is just, it's in the bad part of in the area, and it's just, I don't know. It takes me 45 minutes to get there one way. So I'm usually stuck in traffic for, 2-4 hours a day going to the doctor visit. Which I don't mind. I'll do it. I'm just saying. There's one right, like 5 miles from the house.
Unfortunately, not my call.
Yeah, I know. So.
You said you're running low on your medication and will need a refill soon.
Yeah, I got 7 days. That's it. And like I said, I'll reach out to Walgreens again here in an hour or two. Let's see, it's 4 o'clock. Probably about 6, because they're open 24 hours a day. And then I'll just send you an email, or I'll text you. Well, I don't have your phone number. Yeah, I'll send an email to you and just let you know what they say.
When did you last try with Walgreens?
Yesterday. And I tried Wednesday, Thursday, and then I sent another one today. I have screenshots of my interactions with them.
They just said that you couldn't refill it yet?
No, they said, let me look at it here real quick. It said it wasn't ready. So, let's see.
The medication wasn't ready, or you weren't due to pick up?
Let's see, Wednesday at 11, this is, Scott, your RX is due now. Reply, refill to fill. So I did that. He said, thank you. RX will be filled at Mockingbird. If you have any questions, phone number. But then when I click on the status, which brings me to the Walgreens, it keeps saying, you're almost done, pick a store. And now it says, I have to pick the date to pick it up. Now I can pick it up on Saturday. So it's not really going through. So even
have
though,
you tried to call them?
yes, I called them, and they said they'll look into it and get back, and they haven't got back to me yet. So I don't know what's going on. A doctor.
If you have trouble picking it up this weekend, I would say shoot me a message, and then Monday when I'm back in, that's today's right, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that's 3 days, so that gives you 4 days left. Yeah, then we'll really shake some trees and figure out what's going on if you're still having trouble with
Okay, because my last fill was 3/9/21, so that's why I'm thinking I should either wait today or maybe tomorrow to request.
Yeah. Alright, sounds good. Alright, so emails off to Arlinda, trouble tickets in for wages. We'll see what we can figure out and go from there.
Awesome. Most importantly is try to communicate with to see if we can get a report or evaluation maybe, or I don't know about the CAT scans. I mean, is there a way that we as a group can reach out and see what's going on, the status of my leg? Or
when Arlinda's back in the office tomorrow, I'm going to give her tomorrow.
all right.
Monday. I'll give her
to reach out to them.
shake trees with the doctor.
Okay.
And say, like, where are we at? What's going on? What do we need to do?
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time. Have a good weekend.
You too. Take care. Bye.
That is 4/9/2021. Just got the phone with Benjamin. 4:07 p.m. is when I got off the phone. He called me at 3:15 p.m. So we were on the phone almost an hour. So that's a good conversation. Thanks. Bye. It is 4/9/2021 at 2:06 p.m. I'm about to call his therapy real quick. That's 214-887-6580.
Thank you for calling Baylor Scott White Rehab. This is Alice. How can I help you?
Yeah, Alice, is Jacob in, please?
Jacob is actually on vacation this week, and he won't return until the week of the 19th.
On the 19th? Okay.
Yes.
Can you, I guess, is someone taking, replacing him during the meantime, or?
Are you a current treating patient? Are you going to be
Yeah, I was, and then I just got approved for more time, so I didn't know if he wants to schedule that after the 19th, or should I do it before, or while he's gone?
Can I get your name?
Yeah, it'd be Scott Brown.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the schedule here. Are you available to come in on Wednesday the 15th at noon?
I can.
You can or can't?
I can. So Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday the 15th at 12.
I have Thursday on the 15th. I mean, Thursday is the 15th, not Wednesday.
Hold on, let me back up. Yes, I'm sorry. Thursday the 15th
Okay.
at noon.
Okay, I was
sorry,
like,
Mr. Brown.
No, it's alright. So, Thursday the 15th at noon. Alright, awesome.
Yes, and then when you come into that appointment, she'll schedule you with checkup that following week.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You bye-bye.
Anytime. Bye-bye.
I got the 15th. So my next appointment is PT appointment is April 15th at noon. Jacob's out of town until the 19th, which is fine. Alright, it is 2 o'clock.